Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. Sam McCall needed on General Hospital. Now, I was going to originally title it Is Sam and Dante Needed on General Hospital? There's clearly a need for Dante. There's always a need for Dante. Dante is close to Sonny. Dante is a cop. Poor Charles is concerned, you know. So, he's definitely needed. But the question is Sam really needed? Even whenever she's there, it's like, what's really the point? So that's the question tonight. Let me know in the comment section. What are your thoughts on Sam? What's good, Kyrie? What's good, CW? How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. I was I wanted to do I wanted to do a Days of Our Lives review, but I just ran out of time. And B&B was just somehow easier to do because it's only like 15 something minutes. What's good, Monique? What's good, Mal? Thank you for joining. I hope you are having a great night so far. What's good? The great Nikisha Moore is in the chat. Nikisha said, I like Sam, but she disappointed me by not doing more to help Trina when she was on trial. That's very true. It's like she just went. What's good? What's good, Karen? Thank you for joining. Kyrie says the Young Reckless was good today. Yeah, it was. Ciara's in the chat. What's good, Ciara? Ciara says Sam is not needed. She can't even do her job as a PR. I remember when she was supposed to find me. Is that exactly? That's exactly what Nikisha was saying. What's good, Janet? Thank you for joining. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. I do try to do well. I'll get into that in a little bit, but I just ran out of time, and I was trying to do it on my phone, but then my phone started acting up. So that was fun. What's good, Solomon? I appreciate you saying that, Janet. Thank you, Mal. Yeah. um, yeah, it was definitely no fun. It was definitely no fun. But I want to sit there and do these live streams, regardless of how I was feeling. I mean, as long as I wasn't on like Death's doorbell or Death's doorknob, then I was gonna be doing it. Yeah, so see, I was sitting there like, I remember you. It's been a hot minute. I'm glad you're back. It's always great seeing you. Great seeing you again. Yeah, I think I watched like maybe 6 or 7 minutes. So I'm gonna watch a little bit more. Because I want to watch The Mandalorian tonight. I want to watch The Mandalorian. Well, probably not tonight, but probably tomorrow. But yeah. Now Monique says the kind. Liz is the kind stand by your man, but they don't stand by her. Karen says like I used to love Sam, but since she got with Dante and Jason died, they really haven't given her anything. Exactly. That's very true. That's exactly what I'm just like. There's really no point of it. There's really no point of her character. Um, what's good, Tracy Steves? Thank you for joining. Now, someone says you saying you thought the old lady are. Yeah, I did. Yep, I did. The woman that plays Mama's family, I thought was a man. Yes, I did. But somebody explained to me in the chat yesterday that they just put a lot of makeup on her, which is probably still no excuse why I thought that she was a man. But here we are. So I figured I'm going to start to try to make this a little more structured. We got 17 people in the chat so far. So Well, no, Mel. Yeah, I mean, no, Solomon. I know that now, but like, yeah, just didn't know before. Monique says, "Where are Sam's kids? She never mentions them. This is the same woman who left Jason for." Yeah, exactly. Ain't that a I mean, there's a lot of times in soaps where it just did not make a lot of sense. We're going to do our first poll question. Now, Curry says, I see Phyllis points out views from once. I can sympathize with her. Yeah, here's, Kyrie's, I did peep that, especially with the whole, Summer not giving the same energy to um, Nikki. Didn't give that same energy to Nikki. Gave it to what you call, but didn't give that same energy to Nikki. So I understood where she was coming from. I will sit there and say that much. Hmm. So first poll question. Jakaris, how have you been doing? Well, yeah, no, but Tracy, I didn't. Again, I didn't know that back in the day. I didn't. Also, I got some new videos I've been working on today for members. I'm going to be dropping tonight. At first, I was going to try to drop at least one video for members a week, but I felt passionate about a couple of these videos, so I want to sit there and talk about it. So, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know, Tracy. I know. I didn't know. How have you been, Jakaris? Yeah, no. Back in the day, I thought that was a man. Thought it was a man. Being that serious. Um, Makai was good. Makai. Actually, I got a question for you. So I saw you on James' latest live, and he was asking you, what brought you to his channel. So I'm very curious about that. He was asking for a hot minute, and I was waiting for your response, but you didn't give it to him. So it was very, also, I'm not going to lie, Makai, when he first announced your name, he couldn't get it right. So I'm glad, I was like, I'm glad it wasn't just me. How are you doing tonight, Makai? Curry says, I was surprised to see Nicholas back so quick. I was hoping, Kyrie, it's still a possibility. It's still a possibility. Now let's talk about some more spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Oh wow! I thought something was already gone. What's good, Jessica? How you doing tonight? Spiderquakes in the chat. Spiderquake says Mason gets the Nicholas. Jessica. As when I left, I think I was thinking about Suzanne. Which one do you want me to call you, Jessica or Jess? Because I feel like you've been in the chat for a while, and you know, I was just wondering if I can call you Jess instead of Jessica. Now, if you like the name Jessica, I will keep calling you Jessica. But if you're cool with Jess, then I will call you Jess. But you let me know what word works. Okay, cool. No, but Jessica. Sometimes people, they got issues with that. Like, hey, listen, call me Jessica, damn it. Like, I just want to make sure. Um, Black Mom's in the chat was good. Black Mom. Carrie says, I hope Dr. O slaps Josh next. I said that too. Oh my god, I was so. Yeah, we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that. Shauna is in the chat. What's good, Shauna? Big Nate is in the chat. What's good, Nate? Yeah, I'm wondering how this whole Rex and Sarah and everything like that's going to play out. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully, I actually have time to do a review on that. Well, you know how it is, Jess. I always like to try to be considerate of people's feelings and stuff like that. Kyrie, I would too. I would too. Absolutely, 100%. I would too. Okay, good, McCall. Okay, good. Yeah, because I saw you. I heard your name in the chat and stuff like that. So, you know, oh, Jess. I mean, I understand why she's upset, but putting hands on somebody, I felt like that just crossed the line for me personally. Um, I'm doing a lot better, Black Man. I am doing a lot better. Doing a lot better. I still have this annoying cough, but I slept good yesterday, so that definitely did help. Ooh, that helped. Also, a bit of research did help too. So there was that. Gloria is in the chat. What's good, Gloria? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Jessica. I was so angry when I saw that. I was like, yo, let me tell you something. I had to sit there and I was way more furious when I was doing my review, but I didn't want to sit there and come across as a negative Nancy. And I get that what happened to yeah, what's good, Gloria? I feel like what happened to Obrick is the worst thing that can happen to a parent. But I was just like, yo, listen, and the thing is with Scott's also lost children too. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things where it's like I refuse to be somebody's emotional punching bag. Point blank. Period. What's good, Darby? Thank you for joining. I refuse to be somebody's emotional punching bag. And what pissed me off about that whole thing was Liz was like, "Go check on her to make sure she's okay." Are you are you kidding me? Marsha is in the chat. What's good, Marsha? Um, I was like, "Are you kidding me? You want to make sure that she's okay after she slapped the piss out of you? You want to? All right, bro. I would have. Ooh, I already said what I said in the review, but yeah. CW says she's incredibly responsible because everyone was focused. She's indirectly responsible. Yeah, but also, no, and I get that. I get that. Well, I get that, Marsha. But again, the whole putting hands on somebody, nah. That's where I draw the line. You want to be mad, you want to be angry, you want to yell at somebody, fine. The minute you start putting your hands on somebody, and she just took that. I know slapping people has been a staple in soap opera genre for years and years and years, but I feel like people take this stuff in a direction where it's. See, see, Nikesha, I'm so glad you picked up on that. I'm so glad you picked up on that. Like I said, keep watching. I just keep watching. That's all. That's all I can sit there and say. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true, Darby. That's true. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Nathan. But no, Nikisha, I'm glad that you picked up on that. Oh, you, Marsha, I would have dragged that. Somebody puts their hands on me, I'm dragging them to the floor and then some. And then I'm pressing charges. And then I'm suing. Hmm. And then, Scotty's, he's not taking all that emotional abuse. I'm like, are you kidding me? I would have been like, you know what, listen, I'm not going to be your emotional punching bag. You can see a therapist for that. I'm good. Now, Shauna says Liz was married to Franco. She's exactly. That's why Hugh Smith is saying that's pretty much like my daughter as well. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Anna's in the chat. What's good, Anna? Yeah, I know. It was definitely something. Now, Kyrie says there needs to be more soap slaps. Elena needs to slap Victoria. Nina needs to slap Carly, and Dr. O needs to slap Jocelyn. Now, I'm there for the whole Jocelyn. I'm not a fan of smacking, but if there's going to be some smacking going around, Jocelyn definitely needs to be on that chopping block. Oh, yeah, Jessica. I almost forgot about that. I mean, it was very. Laura B's in the chat. What's good, Laura B? Yeah, I didn't get that CW. I didn't. Well, Ava slapped Nicholas. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I get it. It's again a staple for soap operas and stuff, but yeah, because I said Devon be going in on Tucker, then you got Summer giving it to Phyllis. CW says, "Who the hell cares what Nina thinks? I don't." Now Anna says Josh needs a good slap if it is happening to someone else. Yeah. I mean, trust me, I still remember our conversation yesterday, which I'm not going to fully get into today, about how it was somehow it was somehow Brit's fault for her dying, not Josh, not the bodyguard, Brit. So now Laura B says now we all have to know who the boss lady is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, me too, Marsha, me too. Now Anna says I want to see a good old fashioned cat fight. Now Karen says a lot of hate for Joss. Does anybody like her? Hmm. A good question. All right. I think I'm gonna sit there in the poll right here. It's been 12 minutes. I feel like that's another good question because Karen did bring up a point. There's people in the chat that do like her. There's people in the chat that don't like her. So I'm gonna leave it up for a little bit. I'm gonna leave this one up. I always mess up on her name, and I know some people will sit there and get the word Joss, but because I want to sit there and make it. But I got another question after that. We got a new person up in the chat. Laura is in the chat. What's good, Laura? And Jay Blue's here. How you doing tonight, Jay Blue? Harry says there are people predicting Dex to be Sunny's son. That man don't need no more children. Well, according to people in Y&R, Nick doesn't need more children, but um, there were some people rooting for Nick. So yeah, that's the question. Does anyone actually like Josh and Jax? Does anyone like Josh and Jax? Now Laura says love Josh. She hated because Carly is her mom. No, that's not why people hate her, Shauna. People don't hate her because she's Carly's mom. People hate her for a lot of different reasons. Um, she's very bratty. She is very entitled. Um, I personally feel she's responsible for Britt's death. She has a, you know what I'm saying? And even if she's not fully responsible, she takes up the majority of responsibility of also she cheated on Cam and treated him like a toilet seat. Now Jessica says people hate her because she cheated. What's the reason? I mean, besides the fact that she disrespected him, I mean, I would honestly think that's the reason. Now Shauna says so is Spencer. To be fair, Shauna, Spencer does come across as a little bit is much more entitled than Joss. Deborah. Deborah, what's good, Deborah? I hope I actually said your name right. Deborah. Now Deborah says Sam Orange hasn't had a good storyline since she killed that cult leader with a flare gun, and then she went to jail, and that was 2018. So that's very true. And thank you for joining tonight, Deborah. Now Mel says there is there's all your Days of a Last spoiler for the next week. Okay. I don't know whether to sit there and say thank you or not because some people like spoilers and some people don't. But um, and Nikki said I don't like that Josh and Cam had blank while Trina was sick. I don't like that Josh didn't go to Brisbane more. Oh, I forgot she didn't. That's I. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up, Nikisha. Now Darby says I saw a different side of Josh today. Why can't she be like this every day? Yeah, Marsha, I totally forgot about that. But also fast forward past her memorial, so there's that. Now Laura says Sam is another one who can leave. The show isn't doing anything with her, and her relationship with Dante is sad and a flop. AJ's in the chat. What's good, AJ? It's been a minute. How have you been? Jay Blue says, so did GH ever address where Jocelyn's dad is? Thanks for your reminder. It's a really good question. I totally forgot about that. Same thing, Kyrie. Same thing. Same thing. Yeah, Laura B. She hasn't been interesting for a while. That's the truth of the matter. Okay, all right. Well, AJ, it's always good to have you in the chat. So glad you was able to join tonight. Kai Wynn is in the chat. Kai Wynn says, "Are they trying to make Sunny? Does Sunny know about Dex? Are you trying to make what Sunny? I don't really get the question." Monique says, "Sam and Dante too close to being section. They share brother and a sister." Yeah, yeah, and that is one of the constant problems, Monique, about their relationship. I mean, besides the fact that a lot of people don't like it, they find it very boring. It's also very like, really, y'all two. I mean, y'all two share a brother, and y'all. To be fair, on Gossip Girl, Serena and Dan also shared a brother, and apparently people are okay with that too, from what I heard. Donna says it was funny. Nina said Willow blocking her. Lorby says Dex can't be Sunny's. All of Sunny's kids have their features. Dex does not. What do you mean by that? CW says Albert, what you think of Lindsay Hart? Oh, CW, I like Kelly's version of Sam. I wasn't really a fan of Lindsay's. I know she was trying to make it her own, and maybe it's a simple fact that I've been watching her be Sam for so long, it just didn't work for me. Just didn't work for me. But what did you think of her, CW? As you said, I mean today's episode. Oh, you didn't see it yet. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Karen, I couldn't do that. I really couldn't. I couldn't sit there and I couldn't be with somebody who my father has been with. Okay. I just I couldn't do that. I couldn't sit there and be like, because I'll be thinking the whole time, where has my dad been at with this woman's body that I haven't been? And that right there is just an absolute 100% no no. Thank you, Laura B. Thank you. Yes, we got um oh, okay. Hmm. I don't know, Laura. I never actually looked at it like that. But yes, no, thank you, Laura. But yes, we got 39 people, 37 people in the chat. We got 15 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, that's very true, Jess, about her relevancy. If you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help out. It recommends people to the channel. We're getting more people in every day. Um, so yeah, hit the like button. It really does help. AJ said Temp Sam was okay. I mean, it's the same thing about the Temp person that played Michael. There were some people that actually liked that version better than um Chad Duell. Wasn't for me, but some people did actually like that version. And Krista says, I got a teenage daughter and I think Josh is very young and relatable to my daughter's generation. Okay. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I can see some people actually having sympathy for her and some people being like, oh, I see a lot of people that give Josh a lot of passes. A lot of passes. So I get it. Um I'm not giving her a pass. I'm not giving her a pass. I'm not giving Sonny a pass. I'm not getting anyone a pass. you know, I just now Tracy says yes, Sam is needed for the show. I agree. Now, Tracy, why do you feel that Sam is needed for the show? Very curious about that. I don't see a purpose. Well, let's see how many people voted. 29 people vote. It's only been 8 minutes. So I'm gonna give it another 2 minutes for people to vote before I start my next poll. Amy H is in the chat. What's good, Amy? Thank you for joining tonight. It's always great to see you in the chat. I like Sam. They just don't have her giving good storylines. Yeah. Is that? Oh, okay. But I'm just very curious why you feel that Sam is needed though. Oh, I guess maybe that's why. Carrie says, I remember when Jocelyn would go to Julian's bar to regularly disrespect him. I was wishing he would poison her. Wow, Kyrie. Exactly. See, the remember like Jesus Christ. Um, that is very true, though. She did come down on a regular basis and constantly disrespected this man, which I was just like, But if you don't like it, then leave. But that's the thing about Jocelyn. This is like why I sit there and feel like she's very entitled, spoiled. You go in this man's place of business and you start disrespecting him on a regular and thinking that's okay. And of course, she only did that because she knew that Sonny had her protection. Sonny was protecting her. And look where we are now. Now, Karen says, I think she is needed because of Alexis, Molly, and Christina. Yeah, but to be fair, Karen, is Molly and Christina really necessary for the show? I mean, unless we see more Molly being a DA and Christina being a what? Exactly. And Karen, whatever happened to Phil? It's exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly why I feel like she's not really too necessary. But yeah, I'm gonna ask that question next. Okay, I think it's been all right. We got 31 people that voted. 61% said no, they don't like Josh, and 36% said yes, they do. So that's cool. That's cool. Laura says, I just want to see Christina mature enough to where she could take over Sunny business. We need a mob boss on the show. Well, Laura, we Lauren, we kind of do actually have one. We just don't see her much. Miss Wu or Mrs. Wu, whatever you want to sit there and call her. Selena, we got her. We got Miss Wu. We just don't see them. And that's the same. That's the same, Lauren. We can have Christina or anybody else as a mob boss, but when they don't use them, it doesn't really matter. Now, AJ says because that's very true, Krista. That's very true. But I mean, well, that wouldn't give her no storyline. That would actually give her a storyline. That would actually give her a storyline. But they haven't given her a storyline, and it's not because of it's not really because of Dante. They just don't give her a storyline. She was with Jason, and there was times that she had a good storyline. So we're not going to put the fact that she was with Dante, and that's why she didn't have a good storyline. She didn't have a good storyline because the writers didn't care enough to give her a good storyline. What's good, Becky D? Thank you for joining. Now, Shauna says Phyllis said that she doesn't talk to Nikki like that. Is that as you know, Shauna? I will agree with you on that. As much as I don't like Phyllis, she had a point. She had a point. Um, I give her exactly, Darby. She does. She needs a grief. She needs counseling. She don't need to be sitting there putting her hands on Liz. She doesn't need to be sitting there pushing Scotty and being mean to him. She needs therapy. You know. Laura B says I don't even visualize more because I cannot take the big thing that Jada did. What you guys were talking about is breaking my. Okay. Lauren says I want Nicole to be happy for once. Well, it's clearly not going to be with Eric. Karen says Carly has moved on. Why can't Josh and Michael move on from the sunny hatred? Because of because of plot. Now AJ says Sam needs to ditch Dante. I'm sorry, so she can be seen more again. Seen more again doing what? See AJ, seen more again doing what? Her leaving Dante has her being with Dante or leaving Dante has nothing to do with the writers actually giving her a good story. She can be with Dante, and they can still give her a good storyline. Hell, they can give them both a good storyline, but they choose not to. On reality, I don't even think. I'm going to be honest. I don't even think that the writers really care that much for Sam McCall's character. They don't. Her trip to Ireland or wherever was supposed to give them something to do, and yet everything got solved. The hook killer got found and everything like that. So their trip was entirely pointless for both of them. But yet Dante still actually has more of a use on the show than Sam does. That's true. That's true, Lauren. That's exactly why I sit there and I look at this so-called epic love and everything like that. Um, this 25 years love, Lauren. I'm like, and what has it gotten them? It hasn't gotten them anywhere. It just said, yeah, it's true, and they don't care about Liz either. Like not having Liz hit Liesel back yesterday. Well, technically it happened today, but yeah, I didn't get that at all. Jonas this summer, how are you going to feel Jeremy Stark back? Diane and the gangster Jack ran to the cabin. Then Kyle told Jeremy. So I'm not gonna lie, those scenes with Kyle and Jeremy are funny. Only thing that actually, I guess, in some ways, made my blood pressure rise or made my blood boil a little bit when Jeremy mentioned Summer and Harrison. Because I'm like, one thing you never do is talk about somebody else's kids. So like at that point, I understood why Kyle got so upset. But I'm also just like, Kyle, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? Anna says she needs Anna says she needs help out the door. Samaka has been on social forever and not a young flower anymore. They just need to give her a good storyline. That's what it generally comes down to. They need to give her a good storyline. I'm gonna sit down right that. Valerie, what's good, Valerie? And Jay Blue. I think I said hi to you. How you doing tonight, Jay Blue? How you doing tonight, Valerie? So, next poll question. I think it's actually time for me to have some wine. Wow, I did not spell that close to being right. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm glad you're doing good, Jay Blue. And yeah, I don't really understand the whole. Let me spell this right. How you doing tonight, Ron? Thank you for joining. So I put that in the title, but I'm going to sit there and put that as a poll question. Is Sam McCall needed on General Hospital? I don't feel like she is anymore. Um, Somebody in the chat was they're saying that she has been needed since she took out Shiloh. She took out Shiloh. She broke up with Jason out the blue, which has always bothered me. You know, I don't know what was going on in the background with Steve and Kelly. I have no idea, but Kelly says the hook could have took her out. Yeah, I would have been cool with that. Now, Darby says, I always like the mother daughter chemistry between Alexis and Sam, but they are both stuck in boring storylines. Now, Alexis hasn't been interesting since she was with Julian. Yeah, and now they put her with Finn's dad, Gregory, because reasons. Reasons. She's really not needed. Yeah, just she's not needed. I don't feel like she's needed. AJ says it's Finn that's the problem, not Liz. How is Finn the problem? I'm very curious about that, AJ. And Lauren says Maya was thick and messy and wanted to sleep her way to the top. My kind of gal. Well, Lauren, I do like that I do like that description of very thick and messy. But what show are you talking about, though? So yeah, I want to ask people in the chat. We got 43 people in the chat. Well, let me know what your thoughts are. Also, if you are enjoying it, hit the like button. It really does help out. It does recommend people. We actually got some new people in the chat tonight. So, I'm glad we haven't watched GH today yet. Nate says if GH and ABC brought back Port Charles to spin off GH, maybe they could put Sam and other characters on the show so they getting storylines. Nate, I can see that as being a good thing, but also see it as a problem though too, because you're adding more characters. I mean, they would have to take some characters off to really make that work, which I'm all for. And it says Alexis and Gregory are like being in a coma. Yeah, wasn't a huge fan of them. Dolly's in the chat. Was good, Dolly? Thank you for joining. Oh, okay, Lauren. Okay. Okay. Yes, Monique. He was a badass. Yeah, Jay Blue. I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm not. Oh, okay. I'm not. That was before my time. I mean, I don't fully. Here's the thing, AJ. I understand where she's coming from. Um, I don't think it's all her fault. Exactly, Dolly. She hasn't been needed for years. Oh yeah, no, I totally see that. CW just falling asleep. Dolly says I like Finn with Hayden, never with Anna. I think it's drinking time. I'm gonna finish up the remainder of whatever that is. That's true, Shauna. Once it's there goes Nate again. Can't be fake. Oh, run. Always keeping that same energy. Always keeping that same energy. Yeah, Anna, here's the thing, Anna. I've been saying that for a while. I've been saying that. Brock has been saying that. Um, JLJ Media has been saying that. We've all been saying that for years, that they need to sit the and thin the herd. Um, what they're doing is not working. It hasn't been working for a very long time. And that is true, Kyrie's. As far as the whole Sasha versus Hope. Oh, AJ, I'm drinking the remainder of this very nasty, disgusting taste of wine. So, but I bought it, so I'm gonna finish it. Kyrie's, did you watch it was good to have them. Thank you for joining. Kyrie's, did you watch B&B today? Oh yeah, no, he's definitely gonna figure out the truth. But yeah, no, it's too many people. Tracy says, "Do you have a PO box?" No, Tracy, but I'm actually gonna get one though. I'm actually gonna get one. Um, yeah, I've been thinking about that for a hot minute. So thank you for reminding me about that, Tracy. But yeah, this is gross and disgusting, and I recommend no one ever, 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 if you're a wine person, never get it. So I may look in tomorrow. Yeah, AJ, I'm definitely gonna get something else. I'm definitely gonna get something else. Now Darby says Nate is who he is. It's all the women who choose him fault. Oh, Kyrie, just to recap. Okay. Yeah, Kyrie, that's exactly what she was doing today. So you didn't miss anything. Tracy says, pretty please let us know. Oh, I definitely will. I definitely will. In a heartbeat. Trust me, Tracy. Trust me, I will. Valerie says, ew. Yeah, it exactly was. Tracy, I like white. I like white wine. I like wine that's like very sweet. Um, red is cool. Red definitely hits me a lot faster as far as alcohol is concerned. Yeah, Tracy, I'm more of a red person. I'm more of a white person, but I drink red though. Definitely not whatever the hell that was. Um, Ryan says, so Albert, how will Nikki or Victor feel about their daughter and Nate getting? Are you well, Ryan? You already know. You already know Victor's not going to be too happy. He's not going to be too. He respects him, but to a certain extent. Riley says, I was in the store today. I didn't see that mess. You aren't missing anything. Now Tracy says like a dessert wine. Got it. Yeah, no, Tracy, I'm gonna be trying different wines. Like I don't know. I don't want to suggest I'm gonna do it every week because that could be kind of an expensive habit. But I'm gonna be doing it often. So yes, AJ, I love me some white wine. I don't know what the hell actually. I'm gonna be honest. The only reason why she had this wine is because of Twist Off. That was it. And I can't find a good bottle opener to save my life. So I'm like, oh, this looks interesting, and then I taste it, and it tastes like gasoline. And no, I never tasted gasoline before. Valerie says my mom likes Taylor's port. Hmm. I was thinking maybe tomorrow that I should do some sort of post as far as what kind of wine to get tomorrow. Shauna says Anna should still hold a grudge with Ulrich. She kept. Yeah, but that's the same thing with Ava and Nina. And they're besties because reasons. So, Sangreta. Sagreta. Monique, is that a wine? Darby says Alexis and Gregory are just as boring as Alexis and Neil. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that. Oh, and you're into the sweet wine. Okay. Yeah, I love sweet wine. And it's probably not good to have because it's like, I'll sit there and start drinking and drinking. And the next thing I know, yeah. Tracy says, is there sponsors near you that they have their Is there a spot? I gotta look. I mean, Tracy, there's a wine place next to me where I live, so I'm definitely gonna sit there and take more of a thorough look than whatever the hell I was doing last time. Kenya's in the chat. Was good, Kenya? Jessica said Harmony killed Neil, right? Whatever happened to him? Um, what do you mean, Jessica? Jessica says Harmony killed Neil, right? Whatever happened to him or happened to her? I mean, Harmony's dead. Um, his Brent Neil's brother is dead, and so is Neil. I know the wine didn't actually wait. So who killed Neil? Harmony. Yes, Harmony killed Neil. Drugged him and made it seem like he had some sort of overdose. Okay, yeah. So Lauren already said that. Now Monique says, have you ever tried? Okay. No, no, no. Monique says, have you ever tried merging a trial? Is a no, it's cool. It's cool, Monique. No, I've only tried a certain amount of wines, but I'm always up for suggestions. I'll tell you that much. Shauna says Katie and Carter are boring, and please, no Lily and Daniel. Well, Ron, Ron, Victoria knows that Nate is with somebody. So if she's choosing to be with him, then that's on her. You know, she wants to be with him. Yeah, Valley, Nick is still alive. Karen says, whereas Anna and Valentine will their storyline move forward. At some point in a couple of years, Karen and I mean, well, in a couple of months, like a couple of long, stretched out months, because that makes well. To be fair, I've said this in my members live. There's a reason why some of these storylines take so long to wrap up. I do have noodles, and I've been letting this just maybe I have this a little bit after. That's amazing. It's still warm. I've been talking for about an hour, and this is still warm. And Monique says Victoria doesn't care if Nate is involved with someone. In her mind, she can give Nate what Lena can't. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly what I was meant to say in the rhyme, Monique. I was like, Victoria don't care about that. Victoria knows exactly what she's doing and she doesn't care. Now Mel says, oh, I hope soon Rich come back to fix this mess at Forster Creations. Let me tell you something. For anyone that's actually watching B&B. And what's good, Freddie? Oh, he's 60 now. Nice. Okay. Um, Long story short, Forster Creations need Thomas. Okay. And it seems like Stephanie is going to give Hope some bad news. And this is just stupid and ridiculous. Okay. Zende and Eric is not Thomas. They know that. They knew that. Thomas wanted to help, and yet those two dodo brains is like, no, 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 no. You can't come back because of the stuff that you did. Cool. This is business. This isn't personal. What are we doing? Now Stephanie's all like, oh, well, this is business now. We can't sit there. Honestly, tell you the truth, for thinking like that, I'm surprised that Forrester Creations is even still a thing. And Kenya says, I'm sorry, I checked out during my during any and all Milo related stuff and characters. Is yeah, Kenya, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of that stuff so far. It's very depressing. It was good, Freddie Edwards. It's very depressing and it's very boring. And I wonder, does anyone actually care? Let me check. Oh, Krista. Becky D says, aren't Anna and Valentine still hanging out waiting? Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, no coming knocking. All right, so we got 32 people that voted so far. Is Sam needed? 59% says no, and 41% says yes. So, okay. So, for the people that said that Sam is needed, tell me why. I'm not trying to be a dick. Maybe it's something I don't know about. Now, Jay Blue says, I love barefoot wine, especially their Moscato. Hmm. Interesting. Kyrie, I'm not surprised. I am so not surprised. I mean, it's very sad and depressing to sit there and watch this whole Willow storyline. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you. Yes, we got 33 people in the chat. So, well, I guess most people hit the like button. But if you didn't and you're enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It does help. It really does. Thank you, Becky D. 31. Okay, so that's about right. I don't know. It's so weird because as a YouTuber, you have to sit there and remind people to hit the like button. But as an audience member, somebody who watches other content creators and live streams and stuff, people can be very obnoxious when they're telling you to hit the like button. And it almost gets me to a point where it's like I almost want to hit the dislike button just because of how obnoxious that they are. So I try not to sit there and say it and get to a point where it's like I'm just super obnoxious about it because it's just like, you know. Um, Lauren says, imagine how surprised that Willow would have been if a cute little chocolate baby. Oh, uh, I would love like a parody or something like that, definitely. Now, Jay Blue says, I don't get depressed watching the Willow storyline. They're dragging it too much, though she's taking too long to let Wiley know what's happening. Yeah, that's very true. Carrie says, Albert, that's my level of energy of petty hitting the dislike button. Exactly, Kyrie. Exactly. See, Kyrie, this is why we get along so well. This is how we get along so well. Even when we disagree on certain stuff, we still get along. Um, Karen says there are so many characters on GH could leave and I would not care. Yeah, that's very true. But see, Kyrie, I'm glad we matched that same energy. Now, Nikisha says Sam has been on the show for 20 years. With the performance Kelly Monaco has given us, she earned her spot. Yeah, I guess. But, it's one of those things where it's like she earned her spot, but keeping her spot is something else. You know? And it's not to sit there and get sidetracked to talk about. Victoria's in the chat. Was good, Victoria? Victoria's having everyone is. Yeah, but earning your spot and keeping your spot is two different things. This is like Monique and the whole Netflix thing. No, that's very true, Nikisha. That's very true. But it's one of those things where it's like having your spot and keeping your spot is two different things. Monique felt like she deserved the same amount of money that all the other comedians are getting, but she hasn't done anything recently to hold that spot. And yes, Nikisha, you bring up a good point as far as the writers and stuff like that. But if they're not writing any character good, then why keep them on the show? It's not just Sam, it's anyone in general where it's like they haven't had a good storyline in a hot minute. Why keep them on? Oh no, Becky D, no, of course not. No, Becky D, trust me, I appreciate that. Because a lot of times when you say that, I forget to say that, to be honest. So I appreciate you saying that, Becky D, because then it lets me know to say that. So thank you, Becky D. Thank you. That's very true, Darby. I don't. I can say that. Yeah, maybe. But, even a trash storyline, Nikki, even a trash storyline is still a storyline. It may not be a good storyline, but it's still. No, no, I appreciate that, Becky D. Trust me. You are fine. Um, but, Becky D, a lot of times I won't say it. Sometimes I forget, into either you or somebody else will say that. Like I already said, yeah, Becky, we aren't talking about you. We're talking about other YouTubers. Yeah, no, Becky D, you're fine. Trust me, if you didn't say it sometimes, I would forget to actually say it. And it really does help. Like, it gets people um, either on the channel or back to the channel. So, thank you. Yes, even a trash storyline. Oh no, Kyrie, yeah, Becky D is awesome. Even a trash storyline is better than no storyline. You know. Now AJ said, yeah. Plus the whole Weasel, J Sam were because it made no sense fighting over a man. We're more focused on another woman and her kids. Yeah, but to be fair, AJ, if Sam went into a relationship knowing Jason's relationship with um Carly and Sonny, and yet she was still okay with that. She was still okay with the. She was still okay with that. She was still okay with the fact that Jason. Oh, she had a child with this man. So her whole last minute, oh, I don't want to be with you anymore, and the violence is too much. It's like, are you kidding me? But we all knew there was a reason behind that because Steve was getting fired. So now Melissa's took as lied to Devon, but Devon was part of cheating. Hmm. What, Lauren? Well, AJ, it's not really so much the writing why they broke up. It was because Steve was getting fired. Steve was getting fired. That's why they broke them up. That's why. Well, I mean, there was that. There was other. Yeah, exactly. There was other. Yeah, exactly. That's very true, AJ. That was another reason why they broke them up. So that made sense. But Mel, what I don't understand is Ashley still giving Tucker another chance, and she's had so many bad experiences with Tucker. This is what I'm talking about. Like the writing doesn't really make a lot of sense for common. Doesn't make a lot of sense as far as common sense. Why would Ashley, a very smart and beautiful woman, continue to give Tucker chance after chance after chance after chance after chance of with being with her? Now, Kyrie says, in my opinion, the only competition that truly lives up to hype on GH last year was Ava versus Esme. That's let Ava get. Yeah, very true, Kyrie's. And Nate says the problem was the current writers didn't want to put any investment in Jason when they reunited, so that's why they broke up in a pissy more ways. It was more behind the scenes, though, Nate. Ryan says, I watched the Phoenix Community video of Marcus. Yeah, Ron, that's very true. Some people are just. Now, Victoria says, I agree, Albert, but I think Sam, in the back of her mind, probably thought Jason would eventually put her relationship first, like people who think a person will change. Yeah, that's true, Victoria, but that's been going on for years. So to sit there and hope for that long, to sit there and be like, man, I hope that you change one day. And then 10 years later, he didn't change. He came back and he's still the exact same way. So either Sam is extremely stupid or they're just writing her extremely stupid. Either way, it's still bad writing. Yeah, that's very true, Nikisha. That's very true. Shakira's in the chat. Was good, Shakira? Karen says, I think because she was in a relationship with Billy, she didn't want to break them up on the show. Hmm. Krista says ABC, Disney Network censors. Censor so we don't get the confrontations we're used to. You know, Krista, I never actually looked at it that way. I never looked at it that way. Yeah, Monique, it definitely will get ugly. You know, I'm not gonna lie. When Devon came at Lily talking about, "Oh, you use Amanda to be your lawyer. Oh, you making this all personal." It's like, bro, are you kidding me? You've been making this personal. As much as I like Devon, and this is why I say everyone gets the rod. As much as I like Devon, he was totally wrong. Especially his whole comment about, "Oh, you making this personal." You're breaking up a country. You're breaking up a company, and is messing both of your companies up because you've been making this personal since day one. Steve, because he seemed like a POS to work with. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you know, Lauren. I mean, Lauren. That goes back to the whole. They have problems in the background. This says even if Jason did put Sam first, like he's done, like he's done before at times, would still believe no, she would. Opera Doc is in the chat. Maybe Opera Doc. Okay, Opera Doc. What nickname would you like me to use for you? Um, I'm very curious about that. Like, do you have a nickname or whatever? Um, because I want to use a nickname for you if you're cool with that. Curry says I want Ashlyn Locke to have a long. Wow. Okay. And Ron says, I do think that the actor playing Nicholas should have been professional by filming his final scenes. You know, Ron, there's so many different reasons why he didn't film it. There's people that said that his doctor told him that he couldn't do it. There was the way that he was fired. It's very hard to sit there and speculate. I don't honestly tell you the truth, Ron. I don't think we're ever going to get the true answer to that. Really don't think we're going to get the true answer to that. No, Jessica, no. I've been switching it up between that and whatever this is. Hmm, it's awful. What the hell am I still drinking that for? Maybe. Um, opera, opera doc. You know, I mean, I've never really been good as far as the whole chemistry thing goes, but you know what? I mean, it also comes down to writing. You know, when they first had Drew in, they written stuff for him. He was important. He was useful. Now he hasn't been useful in a hot minute. Yeah, Opera Doc, I need a good nickname for you. So you, you know what, Darby, you're damn right. I'm gonna drink to get my money's worth. You are 100% right about that. You're 100% right about that. Thank you, Darby. But yeah, I mean, like I said, when he first came in, he was good. I personally didn't like him. Ron, I remember you said that in a couple of live streams before, but Ron, I gotta look more into that. I gotta look more into that. And the thing is, Ron, a lot of times it's one of those things where it's like there's always three sides to a story when it comes to us that stuff behind the scenes. Always more than one side. Victoria had a message that she deleted. Now Shauna said, "I don't like when Lily told Divine we got the majority." Hmm. All I know is that I wasn't a fan of the way that Devon came at Lily today. Lily's not there eating her salad, chilling, and Devon came in with some pettiness, point blank period. Now, I like Devon, but he was wrong for that. How are you doing tonight, Shakira? Thank you for joining. It's always great to see you in the chat. And Krista says, nope, I just follow her body language and social media. I'm pretty no podcast. Hmm. Very, very interesting. Let's see. You got 37 people that vote. Well, 37 people in the chat. 32 people voted. So I think I end the poll right here. 38% people actually said that Sam is still needed. Bless your hearts. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure you have reasons of why you think that Sam is needed. I personally, Shakira, I actually did like it today. I did like it today. I wanted to sit there and do a review on it. I just, blah, time. I feel like I need. Here's the thing. I feel like I need to start waking up earlier than than I have been for a while. I went to sleep way too late yesterday. Dee Dee's in the chat. Dee Dee says Sam is not needed. I don't think that she's needed. I need to start waking up a little more earlier because I just do. I need to start waking up more earlier. I woke up around like 11 something today, and the old me, well, it really wouldn't matter. But the new me that's actually trying to do stuff is definitely not working out. So I got a lot of things to do tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to wake up a little more earlier. Now Curry says next poll question is Nicholas going on the run with Ace? All right. Down for that poll question. I should probably start eating more of that noodle stuff. That's good. I don't feel like writing his whole name out. Would Nicholas leave with baby Ace on General Hospital or GH? It's all good, Dark. It's all good, DD. Whenever you're in the chat, I enjoy you being here. Shakira says I need to catch up on YNR. YNR's been pretty good. I haven't really cared about the whole business stuff. I don't really understand the fascination with people or the fascination with the show, how they always talk about business, business, and who's going to sit there and do this business and this business deal and that business deal. And it's like, why is that important? Like, I don't get that. Well, Laura B, when he wakes up, like, do you think at some point he's going to eventually do that? And it may not even be a question now, maybe a question later on. Now, I'm going to leave that up for a good 5 minutes. 'Cause I feel like I have another question that's coming. Laura B, I probably should have phrased the question a lot better. That's exactly what I was meant to trying to get to, Kyrie's. But I felt like I probably I'm only going to keep it up for a little bit. Jessica says, I wonder what Mason wants with Nicholas. Hmm. You know what it is, Jessica. You know what it really comes down to. I don't even think it's really so much about Nicholas. I think it's really more about getting Austin to finally, fall in line. That's what it comes down to. That's what this whole thing comes down to with Mason keeping Nicholas alive. Is to blackmail Austin and to blackmail Ava to have him fall in line. Upper Doc says he's probably not the father. Upper Doc, I'm gonna come up with a good nickname for you tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do. No, Karen, we're not positive. We're really not. Now Darby says I hope Ace is Spencer's. Monique says when Mason returns to Nicholas, he won't be there having a funny feeling. Shanna says I'm glad Ava do too much. Now Jay Blue says I hope not Spencer. Okay. Laura says I need Lisa to pop on by because she's not as soft as Laura is. Jessica, from what I understand, I thought Jessica, it might actually be in March. So it might actually be this month. If it's not this month, it's definitely next month, but I'm guessing it's gonna be this month. Shauna says Nicholas going to have jail time. Well, if they can actually, I mean, right now, Laura, it's just pretty much Liz's testimony, and them finding evidence is one thing, but I've seen people get out of jail before. Valerie, I mean, Valentine shot Nicholas out of a, Valentine shot Nicholas, and my dude served no jail time. So yeah, I don't see it. Let me give it another minute. Okay, you can go back up there. And Monique says someone will move Nicholas from the hospital, but the question is who? What do you mean by that? Laura B says I thought I saw a Epiphany episode during the nurse's ball in March. Yeah, that's what I was gonna sit there and say, Laura B. From what I heard, I thought it was supposed to be sometime this month. Jay Blue says nobody ever has exactly Jay Blue, not Spencer. Exactly, Darby. Like Spencer spent time in Springbridge, okay, and he was only supposed to be there for like 2 or 3 months or whatever, you know. I do never, you know what I'm saying? Like you're exactly right. Yeah, Shakira, that was funny. That was funny. It's gonna be very interesting how this whole thing turns out. I think I left that up there. Laura B says, when was Nick in jail? Maybe you're talking about somebody. Maybe you talk asking that question to somebody else. Um, okay, thank you, Crystal. Oh, Shakira, that was funny. That was funny. Brady was just like, "Yo, listen, I don't need a dead body. I don't. I don't need a dead body." And this is a question for my Days of Our Lives fans. If you watched Days of Our Lives today, do you think it was a good episode? Do you think it was blah blah? It was okay. Now Monique says I said no because I didn't see Days today. I I enjoyed it. Um, but I have to tell you, there's very few episodes of Days of Our Lives that I don't enjoy. Yeah, there's a couple of them, but for the most part, oh, Shakira, you didn't see it yet. Okay. Ron says so rare. Eric, so rare. Arrest Eric and Brady. Ron, that's a really good question. I know Brady got arrested. Did Eric get arrested too? Well, here's the thing, Ron. He's not going to be getting Sloan to sit there and represent him. So I guess he better sit there and call up his sister this time. Okay, Becky D. Okay. All right, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Darby says, does Dr. Ruff know that new Mayor Era lady is still alive? Makes sense since he go to guy for Darby. I think what you're trying to say is does he know that Megan is alive? I think that's more the question that you're trying to ask. Shannon says, why would Audrey be messy and she got to work with them? Well, I don't know. Maybe you're talking to somebody. Now, Monique says, on your poll, yes or no, you should put in, was it worth watching this episode? You know what, Monique? That's a very good question. I mean, that's a very good suggestion. Thank you. I would definitely be putting that in there moving forward. Yeah, Ron. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't really get this whole fantasy thing with Eric and Nicole and their epic love for 25 something years, and I'm like, what has that given them? What? But yes, no, thank you, Monique. I will definitely be putting that in my suggestions. I mean, in my polls. Thank you. I don't get it. I don't, and this is for the Days of Alive people. I don't get their so-called epic love. This 25-year thing with them. I don't get it. Oh, Kyrie, that's a question. That's another thing. Have you still been watching Days of Our Lives? Have a good night, Kenya. Thank you for joining. Um, yeah, Kyrie, so I want to know if you're still watching Days of Our Lives. Ron says, however, it seems that like Nicole and Eric. Okay, you said that. Darby says, I have fun seeing Brady jam up in jail today and finding out Stefan let Chloe. You know, God, see, this is actually, I feel like I still may want to do it, Darby. I feel like I still may want to do my review on it. That was my damn pen. Opera Dog, is that your name? Because then I'll just call you by that if that's your name. Thank you, and yeah, no, I feel much better. I feel much better than I did yesterday. Oh, okay, Caris. Okay. I mean, Caris, I was just gonna say stick with the show. Now, Victoria says, Albert, Eric, Nicole, similar to Sunny and Brenda on GA. Some have hope it will happen. Hmm. I get that. I just, I look at this whole so-called love thing, and I'm just like, I feel like it's just 25 years down the drain of people not realizing that they don't belong together, you know? And all they keep doing is hurting the other people around them that want to be in their lives. Have a good night, Solomon. Thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure to see you in the chat. Now, Shakira says, Lauren, she's coming back this month, her and Bob. Nice. Now, Shauna says, what Gabby going to do about Stefan? Oh, she better figure out a way. She better figure out a way to get out this whole marriage thing. Tell you that much. Brenda was ridiculous the way she used Jax as a placeholder for Sunny, although Jax deserved it anyway. Well, I mean, does anyone? I mean, Opera Dog, does anyone actually? Oh, also, you never actually answered me. Was that actually your name? A man, a Mandarin? Let me know if that was your actual name, because I'll just call you by that. But yeah, I mean, does anyone actually deserve to be a placeholder? You know, I don't know. I don't know. No, it says, plus, I'm going to need 4 days to bring back T-Bones. T-Bones had Abel wearing sneakers and brought sweet potato pie to the Orton holidays gathering. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Then that was something else. Okay, Opera Dog. Opera Dog. Okay. I didn't know what that was. And Lauren says days need T-Bone. T-Bones? I don't know who that is. I mean, that Lauren, that might have actually been way before my time. I have no idea what that. Now Lauren says T-Bone had Abe acting black, and you don't like that. Still don't know who that character is. Valerie says from TLC. Oh, T-Boz. I have no idea who that is. Monique says last episode days I watched was the being possessed by the devil and oh okay, all right, Lord. Okay, Monique. So you're not that behind. You're not that far behind on the show. Have a good night, CW. Thank you for joining. Okay, Becky D. Because I was like, I have no idea who that is. Have a good night, CW. Thank you for joining. Carrie says Sam with Ruby Ridge and Harlot Brook, they don't belong together. Oh, same with Ruby and Hart and Harlot. uh, there's another name that I do like besides Dingbat. One's called Heifer. I can't imagine calling anybody a harlot though. Like I know it's very old school, but I can't do it. Shauna says, "Did Sheila show emotion?" You mean in today's episode? I don't even think that Sheila was actually in this episode. And Monique says, "Left Eye was a member of TLC. You got to know who Left Eye." No, 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 no. I know who that is. You know what it is, Monique? I haven't heard that name in a while. I think that's what that was. I haven't heard that name in a while. But you know what's really funny though, Monique? There is one of the members of TLC has actually done pranks with a YouTuber or a bunch of YouTubers called My House is Dirty. But I didn't know who because well, if that's what you're talking about. Oh, Darby. Yeah, no, I'm cool with Jezebel. I find that name kind of funny. So yes, thank you, Darby. I'm cool with somebody. I'm cool with Cynthia calling somebody a Jezebel. That just sounds funny. Shauna says they said she cried. Karen says at least they're giving Roger Howard something to do. I like Austin Ava. Exactly, Karen. And that's the thing. They are giving him something to do. That is very, 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 very true. They are giving him something to do. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, Mel. I forgot. Hmm. I know it's somebody from TLC, and they wound up doing a prank with a group called My House is Dirty, and she wants to do another video with them. Hmm. Yeah, Jessica, that's very true. That's very true. But that's the thing, though. At least they're actually giving him something to do. Jay Blue says it's probably chili. Yes, okay, that's what it is. I think that's what you're talking about, Jay Blue. I just remember her. Yeah, I remember her doing a prank. You know, she was in a she wanted to do a prank video with a group called My House is Dirty. So yes, I think that's what that is, Jay Blue. Darby says, wasn't Left Eye the one who burned down the football player's house and got away with it? R.I.P. I think so. I wasn't really too familiar with their history. I just listened to a couple of their songs and stuff. But burnt down a football player's house. Jesus Christ. No, I think that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Jay Blue. Thank you. Okay, cool. Okay, cool, Jessica. Okay, cool. Thank you. I was like, I couldn't remember her name, but I remember her being in the video with them. Yeah, Freddie, that's pretty crazy. He cheated on her. Wow. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything about that because I just yeah, no, I'm not even gonna go there with that. Curry says, should I be petty when I go see Eden McCoy in person? I bring her some. You know what, Kyrie? I'll tell you what. How about you? If you're there and you do plug my channel, you can give her some lotion. No, 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 no Vaseline. No, no. Give her some lotion. Give her some. I'm so glad that you remember me saying that. But you know what? That'd be really cool if we do go, Kyrie. So definitely let us know how it was. Definitely let us know how it was. Yeah, Becky D, but it's true. And we all saw that scene. All right, we all saw that scene. It just is what it is. Now, Laura B says, I like Austin, but we don't know a lot about him, so I don't know if I can completely trust him. Yeah, but that's what makes it that's what makes it such a mystery though. I'm just liking the fact that they're giving her something to do. And Freddie says, Left Eye, aka Angela Bassett 2.0, waiting to exhale. Yes. Wow, Freddie, that's old school movie. I still remember that movie. Darby says Trina doesn't need to enter Esme's orbit for a long time, even for Spencer. Laura B says, I vaguely remember the house burning thing, so I didn't want to say one thing or another. I'm just like, you burned down somebody's house, or she burned down somebody's house because they cheated on her. Like, really? Yeah, I know emotions is hard and everything like that, but Jesus Christ. Carrie says her and Carly are doing an event. Boston, April 15th. Oh, that's cool. It's fun. I'm actually happy that you're going. Not even, Kyrie's not even to even sit there and plug my channel, just going, just going. That'd be so cool. Kyrie's, I mean, I don't know if you have social media or anything like that, but if you do, if you have Twitter, if you have Instagram or whatever, you get any pictures or whatever, I'll definitely want to see if you're able to take pictures. So let me know, Kyrie, if you have Instagram. We definitely gotta follow each other. See if we take any pictures or anything. Monique says Austin could lie and say he was the one that hit Nicholas if they really did some real inventions, some real investigations. But I mean, Monique, why would Austin lie and say that why would he sit there and take the blame for hitting Nicholas? I mean, I know that they're getting close with him and Ava, but I don't know if they're that close. Like, sit there and take a rap sheet. Freddie, I'm actually watching this weekend. I'm so looking forward to watching this weekend. I've been trying to watch it for a hot minute. It's just, being a YouTuber and everything like that, you don't really get a lot of time with a day job. But I'm gonna sit there and try to watch it on the weekend now. Laura says, "Oh, and the cream of the crop is that Lisa slept with Tupac, and Tupac was what?" Hmm. Lauren, it's funny. I was more of a Biggie fan than Tupac personally. That's just how I roll. No, it's good. It's just how I roll. Ron says, Albert, I know that this soap opera and anything could happen. If they do a who is, I don't know. I mean, Ron, I don't think it's out the possibilities of them doing a who is the baby daddy. I just don't see that happening. Now, Shakira says, I mean, Day's event in November is free. I mean, yeah, I mean, Lauren, I was gonna say it another way, but yes, yeah. So I don't see them going that route. I don't see them going that route. Like, I really don't. I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, this whole love triangle, it's definitely something I didn't see coming. I definitely did not see that coming. Freddie says, I think the next movie I'll watch is Creed 3. It looks very interesting. Yeah, Freddie, my aunt is actually going to see that movie. Um, I think the last movie I saw was Ant Man. But I want to see that. You know what movie I actually want to watch this weekend? Um, the movie with Brad Pitt, him being some sort of assassin. They got it on Netflix, so I want to watch that movie this weekend too. I want to watch that movie again. Well, I actually want to watch that movie too, so we'll see. And Laura says, "Okay, don't say they. I didn't warn you. Oh, that you got bail money for, and then backfires on you." Wait. What did what did Kyrie say that he needs bail money for? She's not my type, so it ain't like I'm knocking on the door. I'm bringing small. Well, Kyrie's, I don't need you catching cases. So that says Usher cheated on Chili and did a song called "You Got It Bad" with Chili in it. Really? I mean, I heard that song though. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who that song was about. You know. Now, Krista said, "Thought on Sunny." And, Krista, I thought it was interesting. I did like it. I felt, it gave me a lot of Dante and Sunny vibes when they first got together, and it made me think was Dex going to actually have a change of heart? Was he going to have an attack of conscience? Was he going to start to like Sunny a little bit more and question if she should take him down? That's what it gave. That's what it made. That's what made me think of. That's what I thought about it. And Monique says, "Wanna see Creed 3 when it comes out, and definitely will see Ant-Man 3 when it comes out. If not, oh, Monique, it's already out. Monique, yeah, it's already out. Ant-Man is already out, so I'm definitely going to see that. I mean, unless you got Disney Plus, Monique. If you got Disney Plus, then you can just really just wait. If you're not really too crazy about seeing movie theaters, you can just wait. I saw it in theaters, though. Hmm. I did not know that, Sean. I didn't know that Usher and well, eventually, when I was in high school, I did become an Usher fan. Um, I was an Usher fan. I was an LL Cool J fan. I was a huge LA. I was a huge LL Cool J fan years ago. Years ago. Carrie says I'm not crazy, but I'm not that damn crazy. Oh, okay, all right, Carrie's. Okay, I'm just checking. Like Carrie's, I love having you in the chat. So I'm like, now J Blue says, "Oh, Sunkissed, throw back to my soda drinking days." Yeah, that's true. I mean, I know that soda isn't really good for you. But there's a lot of things that's not good for me that I do tend to still eat and drink. So yeah, I'm just checking calories. I want to sit there and make sure you're still in the chat. Interesting, Freddie. Interesting. Hmm. Let's go. I'll ask that question tomorrow. I'll ask that question tomorrow. I don't want to ask it now. Then I'm going to ask it tomorrow anyway. So I'll just ask it tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, thank you, Jay Blue. I mean, even if people did judge it, it's what it is. But again, I was, just like at one point, like in the '90s or whatever, I was a huge Martin fan, And then he just started doing things, and I mean Martin Lawrence. I was a huge Martin Lawrence fan, and then he just started doing things that were just like, bro, what are you doing? And of course, like for me, after Life, I felt like a lot of his movies just went downhill. Um, and then he did Bad Boys 3, and then it was okay. But Mel says, I love LL Cool J and loved him on that movie Deep Blue Sea with the sharks going crazy. I don't, honestly, tell you the truth, Mel, it's been so long. I don't even remember if I actually watched that movie. Kerry says, now that makes more sense why you were saying that, I think I was going to squirt in on her. No, I would never. Oh, okay, all right, all right, okay, all right. I was just making sure. Just making sure. Shakira says, do a poll on two on. Shakira says, do poll. Do you think both in a tube on days? Hmm. You know what? I may actually. You know what? I'll. You know what, Shakira. I will save that poll question for tomorrow. I will save that poll question for tomorrow. Thank you, though. Becky D says Marlon was really funny up until, yeah. And and granted, Becky D, as a kid, I didn't really understand that. I didn't really understand all the stuff that he was going through. I just felt like stuff he was doing was just very out of pocket. I have a lot more sympathy for him now than I did back then. But yeah, no, Shakira, I will definitely use that for tomorrow. Tyron is in the chat. What's good, Tyron? Yes, yes, Shauna, yes. I love Martin Eshonane. Martin Eshonane. I felt like there was something that I was going to say and I forgot what it was. Now, Tyron says it's crazy now. My microwave went out. Oh, God, I really. Tyron, I mean, I kind of live by the microwave in a lot of ways. A lot of the stuff I eat is either microwave or processed food, which sounds really terrible. And I suggest that level of eating to no one. So I can only imagine if I can only imagine. It's not funny, Victoria. I can only imagine if my microwave went out. I think I would actually have to start cooking real food. Yeah. No, Laura. Yeah, Laura. No, it definitely did. It did. Freddie says, and I'm using. Freddie. Yeah, I was gonna sit there and ask that tomorrow about the Oscars, Freddie. As far as anyone can watch it. Okay, hold on. I want to read that. No, it did. It did. Becky D says, I think show business can make anybody crazy, Albert. There wasn't much explanation back then. Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like Lauren, yeah, Lauren, I totally forgot about Big Mama's house. But even then, at that point, I was just kind of like, oh, Becky D. Yes, I think I actually still do have an air fryer. But yes, yeah, no, I agree. For me, Becky D. I'm going to be honest. It's just a matter of laziness. Oh, Tracy, you're going to watch the Oscars? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you, Victoria. Um, Mel, I got to watch that movie. My Hunter, I got to watch that movie. But no, I was a huge fan of his back in the day. I didn't really understand much about mental health, and I just kind of stopped watching that the whole thing with Martin and stuff. That whole thing that went down with um, what's her name? The actress that played Gina, and also the actress that played Pam. It was just but I was also a lot younger, so my perspective on life was. Oh, Tisha Campbell, thank you, Tracy, thank you. Yeah, my perspective on life and people and experiences were a lot different. Oh, Tisha Arnold. Okay, yeah, thank you. Have a good night, Jay Blue. Thank you for joining. Now, Jay Blue says, good night. Amelia. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jay Blue. I'm gonna try to watch that episode this week, and I actually been keeping up with it. And I wanted, it's funny. I actually want to watch The Mandalorian. I mean, I already seen a lot of the other seasons, but I just don't know if I'm gonna have time. He will. He will learn. He will. I mean, here's the thing. I don't think. Yeah, here's the thing about this whole slap thing. It, People are to say it was an accident, it was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. It was a bad choice. But his career isn't over. His career isn't over. Because at the end of the day, all you can sit there and do is apologize, and people either accept it and move on, or just you know, it, when it comes to this cancel culture, which I don't like, it really ooh, Apodoc White Lotus. I'm gonna see if they actually have that at the wine store. When it comes to now, Tyrone says Will Smith will be podcasting and writing books. I may actually do that. Apodoc. Well, Apodoc. It depends on. It really also depends on how much the White Lotus is. Um, but if it's actually at a decent price, I will watch it. I think what I was saying before. Oh, of course. What I was saying before is it really comes down to severity of what you do as far as being canceled. So he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. I felt like yeah, I felt like his last apology, like his actual apology, was really sincere. And if Chris Rock doesn't want to accept it, then that's his choice. Have a good night, Krista. Thank you for joining. Darby says, I think he will have a comeback if he keeps his head down and his mouth shut and get back to work. Yeah, that's true. That is very true, Becky D. I mean, that's very true, Darby. Yeah, Jessica, it's one of those things where it's like it's not the end of the world. I've seen people say much worse things. I have just made that said worse things. I've done worse. So hmm. Shauna, here's the thing. I don't watch a lot of Oscar stuff. I don't watch a lot of award shows because I just they're not really interesting to me. I don't feel like the people that don't win. Like I feel like people that me personally, I feel like the people that I want to win, they don't win. And the people that shouldn't win do win. So it's just like I'd rather just not be a part of that. Now Upper Doc said, did Adidas really take Kanye back? Nice, Victoria. I actually did like the I did actually like the last Bad Boy movie. I did. Tracy says if they can come back and ask Kanye to come back to it. That's crazy. Now, Jessica, when you say you don't watch like regular television, or you don't watch TV in general, like streaming and stuff like that. Like I don't watch TV, but I do watch a lot of stuff on streaming. And what's good, Jonathan? Thank you for joining. But yeah, I was to tell you, Oppa Doc, that's if Adidas did take him back, that's crazy. You gotta sit there and remember, it's one of those things where it's like, um, I don't know. It just, yeah, yeah, Jay, I don't watch war shows. That's why when people are asking me, have a good night, Lord B. That's why when people are asking me about, work, was I going to sit there and watch the award show for soap operas? I'm like, they're all pretty much the same thing to me. They're all pretty much the same thing to me. Hmm. Kyrie, my friend actually watches that, The Voice and stuff like that. But have a good night, Laura B. Hmm. Well, you know what, Tracy, in a lot of ways, good for them. Good for them. Good for them. If Adidas don't take back Kanye, good for them. I mean, this dude literally said, and I don't even know if I can even say this, but he said that blank SAL, I mean SLAV was a choice. Okay. So any company that wants to sit there and work with him at that point, it's insane. It's literally insane. Um, but yeah, have a good night, Laura Beam. Now, I think I'm gonna set the end the stream right here because my battery is. I think I'm gonna set the end the stream right here because my battery is at 17%, and yeah, so I think I'm gonna set the end the stream right here. Plus, I do want to wake up somewhat at an early time tomorrow so I can try to get some more stuff done. Um, I might do a review tonight. No, no, actually, I won't. I actually got some stuff to actually upload. So, Apodoc says he also had. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's very true. Between that and the whole blank was a choice, why would anyone want to actually work with him? I feel like that's just a bad business move in general. But have a good night, AJ. Have a good night, Becky D. Have a good night, Monique. Have a good night, Shauna. Have a good night, Jess. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. Yes, and I will be. Excuse me. I will be sitting there trying to do a whole PO box soon. So I gotta look into that. So yeah, thank you. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Again, thank you for saying that. This was a lot of fun. Everyone, thank you, Apodoc. And next time you're in the chat, I'm gonna sit there and have a nickname for you. If you don't think of one yourself, I'm gonna have a nickname for you. Have a good night, Kyrie. Have a good night, Shakira. Have a good night, Dee. Have a good night, Shauna. Have a good night, Darby. Kyrie, I think I said your name, Nikisha, Blackmon, Shakira, Jonathan. Thank you, John. I appreciate whenever you come in. Um, so hopefully I get to sit there and see you tomorrow too. Thank you, Tracy. Well, I look forward to actually have you in the chat tomorrow. So have a good night, Tyron. Stay safe, everyone. Have a good night, Mel. Have a good night, everyone. Good night, Freddie. Oh, okay. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Becky D. I really do. Thank you. Apodoc says I'd rather you think one. Okay. I got you. I got you, Apodoc. I got you. Um, hmm, yeah. I'll think of a good one. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you again, Becky D. I really appreciate that. I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow in the next stream. And thank you again, Becky D, for the super chat. And thank you everyone for being members. Thank you for and thank you everyone for just being in the live stream tonight. Oh yeah, no, Jonathan, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna try to watch it this weekend. I've been actually keeping up with it. That's really cool that you watched that show, Jonathan, because we have to talk about that. We have to sit there and talk about that as well. So stay safe, everyone.